Against the spread.
MFL Week 4, welcome back. Jean Clayton, Aaron Klefter, your hosts on the most popular fantasy football podcast among degenerate gamblers who bet on the MFL. Did I say that right, Aaron?
That is correct, Jean. And episode 1 of the 2025 season, our most viewed episode of all time. Thanks to you, the fans, for that. It's a great honor to put the show on for you folks.
We have progressively been getting better. We are going to just zip through the standings. We want to get to some of our segments and spotlight some of our other talent that'll be here on the show. So, couple 3-0s. Boondoggle Boy really leading the way there. Not really too surprised at that one. Schnabel, Hardigan, the Watermelon Bandits, surprisingly, and Slice of Zeiss 2-1. So then we get down to our fringe teams: Gotham Rogues, Stoners, Real Deal, and Deuces Wild at 1-2. Still a lot of time. Wouldn't press the panic button, or for one of those teams, wouldn't panic trade just quite yet. Then you look to the basement. And there's got to be a percentage here, Aaron, and I'm sure our statistics team will bring it up before the end of the show. But for 0-3 teams specifically, I don't know what the record is in a 12-man league of them, trying to make the playoffs. Murphy's Law, West K9, Coyotes. Aaron, let's start there. Let's kind of dive into that.
I mean, John, like you said, you might be okay if you're 1-2. The Rogues have that final playoff spot right now. But let's talk about these 0-3s. M-Law. The M-Law Monday Night Meltdown. One of the most epic meltdowns we've ever seen on Monday night. The guy goes out, maybe a little too late, gets an emergency 4 loco. What happened there, John?
Oof, that is all time. And if you're not in this league, it is very tough to even fathom how that could happen. But Murphy's Law goes out and he's essentially peer pressured by the rest of the league to get an emergency 4 loco to keep Mark Andrews under 5 points. As soon, not even 5 seconds after he gets the loco down, Mark Andrews gets a touchdown. It's all on record. And you know what? Let's take a look at that clip right now.
We've still got time. No. Third and goal. Gotta get it down. Third down. This better fucking work. I want to die. I want to die.
No loco, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's tough. But that is the third night in a row. I'm sorry, the third Monday night in a row that Murphy's Law has had a Monday night meltdown, losing to Any Given Sunday the week prior to that and losing his week 1 matchup Monday night as well. Bad news for Murphy's Law as Tyreek Hill has a Monday night matchup with the Jets. I can only see where this one's going. 0-4. The Vultures probably start circling for Nico and Tyreek, Aaron.
You'd have to think so, Jean. Someone else you have to think is in the seller market too is, of course, the West Canine Coyotes. 0-3. It's not a segment we do anymore, but we do keep track of things like this. He's 3 for 3 in Doinks of the Week this year. Go! Week 1, benches Jared Goff in favor of Bo Nix. There's one. Week 2, he benches Goff and Monty in favor of Bo Nix and DeAndre Swift. Another error. And then he does it again and benches Monty on Monday night. It would have given him the win. It is not looking good for the West Canine Coyotes so far this season, John.
And as of this recording, the West Canine Coyotes have Jared Goff on the bench, who is playing at home, historically much better in home games. We don't want to bully him into playing Goff, but I have a feeling the lineup might change after this episode comes out, Aaron.
I'd have to think so. You know who else might have a problem with that play, Jean?
I think that there's one guy who's been itching to get his opinion out there. Nobody's really listening, but we'll give him the platform. Let's turn our attention to Hammerin' Hank.
Happy Rosh Hashanah.
Thank you, Aaron and John. Week 3 could not have been better. Start for the Hammer. Jake Browning, Shakir, Jared Goff. Lucky that the Bandits snuck in Kincaid last minute. Else, you'd be out there with a clean sweep. Poor decisions were made last week by the real deal, though. Real deal. Hunter Henry. What were you thinking? What were you thinking? We need to pause. Pick two teams here. West Cannon Coyotes and Murphy's Law. Both 0-3 and both sinking fast. I'd rather be in quicksand. Because I still think I have a chance. Murphy's Law in particular. The Vikings defense. What were you thinking? Team bad management. Better than ever. Back, we say. All right, boys, let's jump into week 4 now. Murphy's Law, Chuba Hubbard needs to be on your bench. Needs to. ETN should be in the starting lineup. But, you know what? The Cowboys and the Murphy's Law, what do they have in common? Teams full of potential. Bad management dragging them down. I know some of you are thinking some other things. 1960s, I don't know. Travis Etienne is on another level. Don't sleep on him versus the Niners. The comebacks. HSU comebacks, that is. Nothing like another love story. Comebacks, you need to sit Travis Kelce. And need to sit Calvin Ridley. Let's start with the biggest miss of the week. How do you, of all people, miss out on taking Hunter Henry? Travis Kelce's old. He doesn't got it anymore. He's not that guy. Big miss. Moving on. Take Kelce out. Get some strange in your life. Get a little stranger danger. Ridley had big expectations. Reality is that Ridley, his relationship with Cam Ward, closer to a divorce than a blossoming love story. The newly acquired Trey Tucker, you think that's the answer? No, keep going. Keep trying, kid. Slice of dice. Got one word for you. Chubb. Last but not least, Boots Rebellion, Devonta Smith. Get out. Troy Franklin. Get in. You missed it last week. Troy Franklin was a little off. He's questioning yourself. He's saying, do I do it? The rookie? May I do it? Not really a rookie. Just remember, the Eagles passing game stinks. They don't pass the ball. That's it. That's all I got for you. Think. You get my glass of milk and kick it back to you guys. See you later, Aaron.
Great segment by our Hammer and Hank. We appreciate having him on.
No,
And we will
told him to
throw
play
it
Montgomery.
to our first commercial break.
Yep. We told him to play the Vikings defense. I don't know what to tell you.
MFL owner.
Joe, I just got this trade for Alec Illuminor for Justin Jefferson.
You gotta download Trade Block Plus.
Those guys need to lawyer up.
The amount of times I've seen you in a Yankee hat, man, it's more than your
You
Mets
keep doing
hats.
this. You keep doing this. You call me Jimmy the Yank one more time. Listen, I'm gonna have to get representation.
Boys. You guys are so fucking bad at fantasy football. The next time that you guys score under 100 points, I'm just going to take over your fucking team. This is absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe... What am I wearing? Shoes? Fucking absolutely insane. This is ridiculous. I'm calling Armistice.
Here we go.
Oh no, gorillas! Everybody's got to row! Call Picnic One Lord now. It's Jimmy the Yank. It's Jimmy the Yank.
And we are back, Sean. Week 4, and we've already had a decent amount of trade action so far, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Early in the league, early in the season for the league this year, there has been what we would call Action Jackson. So let's start with the first one. A little bit of taking a, you know what? Here's the analogy I'm going to use. You go into your fridge, you get a nice bowl of cereal you've been waiting for a while. You go in, you pour in the milk, sour milk, right? That is the Gotham Rogues Juwan Jennings trade. So they give up a third, they go out and they get Juwan Jennings, who then does not play that week, forcing them to pick up Kendrick Bourne and play him, ultimately costing him the week in a Monday night heartbreaker. Aaron, what else do we got on the docket here?
I mean, John, if I've seen it once, I've seen it a million times with the Rogues. A panic trade, week 3 already. What is going on there? You can't imagine they're done. I'm sure they'll trade for some more mid-tier players in the coming weeks. The next one, we got Real Deal. Trades Trey McBride to Deuces Wild. There were some other pieces involved, but this is Real Deal now trading their second keeper, and we're not even through September yet.
And you talk about, we all have teams that we are fans of outside of fantasy football. When you trade probably the best player on your favorite team, absolute mental breakdown. We've seen it year after year with the Real Deal, and I expect it to only get worse.
I would agree, Sean. Next, we have AGS. Now, they have been quite active. They've made 2 trades just in the last week. Same day, actually. First, they go out, they get their guy Debo. They trade Jalen Waddle and Pacheco to Oost Rebellion, and they get their guy. Were they done there? No. They go out, they flip a 3rd-round pick for the Snake.
Jake the Snake comes home. AGS just on an absolute free fall yesterday. It started early in the early in the morning, I had seen a message come out in their league chat, him giving the league a 3-strike warning for those who were not participating in the content and seemed that they really didn't care that they were making the episodes. A lot of time and effort goes in for those two guys. So unfortunately, as of the airing of this episode, they will be issued their first strike, as the owner of Oots Rebellion had promised a couple of years ago to get them verified on Twitter, then X now. He has not delivered, and that was made abundantly clear. So the league has 1 strike, 2 more, and the show's going to go away for the year. We'll see if they, the rest of the league, can step up and kind of, save Kevin there. But they're starting off with 1 strike. As far as the trades go, AGS absolutely loses his mind yesterday. At the top of the standings, just wheeling and dealing for starting tight end and a 3rd wide receiver. We'll see if it works out for him. But if I was him, I probably would wait until I really needed to make a trade. So that being said, there was a mandate issued by the commissioner.
Yes, John. This past weekend, our commissioner, Dan Cardinale, did issue a mandate to the league that everyone that needs to be compliant as far as having a team logo on their team by this Thursday. And let me tell you, we some guys, they didn't have logos, but they acted quick. Now, I will say there is one team that is still not compliant as of this recording. I don't see them getting it done. They still do not have a non-ESPN logo set.
That is just heartbreaking. There were 4 guys as of the issuance. The Anthony Davis football team got it done right away with an original logo, which we give props to that. Murphy's Law, the HSU Comebacks, and the Rolling Stoners all getting it done in timely fashion. But there is that one team who does not fit the mold, is consistently a pain in the butt, and does not like to listen to instruction. That is the Real Deal. So we will see what happens. It looks like there's going to be a loco strike coming to him very shortly, probably right after this episode is aired. But for now, I think our statistics team is working on something, and they've got a new look. So let's throw it to our
First
stat guy.
Gentlemen, thank you for having me back. Against the spread, best to do it, best in the business. Last time I told you, fantasy football, it's all about scoring. Who's going to score the most points? Well, we're almost a quarter of the way through the season here, so shout out Remful. Let's go through your MFL touchdown leaders. Now, top 3 teams. We've got Any Given Sunday, top of the heap. No surprise right now, Any Given Sunday rolling. 18 total touchdowns. Next to Real Deal, Real Deal, yeah, right, wrong category. How about Rolling Stoners and Oots Rebellion? They have 17 touchdowns apiece. And then your bottom 3, well, you've got the West Cannon Coyotes with 10, Real Deal with 9, second to last, not last. Last place, Slice of Zeiss, 8 total touchdowns through 3 weeks. Now, a couple of interesting facts about these guys. Any Given Sunday, most touchdowns, also the most quarterback touchdowns. 10 touchdowns from Lamar, only 8 from the rest of his team. Leading the pack in non-quarterback touchdowns, that would be your reigning champion, Rolling Stoners. They've got 12. It's the most out of anybody, only 5 from their quarterback. Oots Rebellion, on the other hand, a close second with 10 non-quarterback touchdowns, 7 from his quarterback. They are the only 2 with double-digit non-quarterback, non-defense touchdowns. So there's your numbers, gentlemen. Touchdown only is a man's league, not something everybody can do.
Now that's a hat.
That is a clean hat. And from there, let's throw it to our next commercial break.
Who's that?
MFL owner.
Oof. I gotta do something to get rid of this headache. What have we got in here? There you go. Yeah, maybe a couple more than the recommended dose for this one. Oh, feeling better already. And now I can name the final score of every Yankees game since 1972.
Find your superpower with Tylenol.
It's Jimmy the Yank.
Hello again, everyone. This is your Bad AI assistant, Burt Reynolds. Unfortunately, back for another edition of Bad AI, MFL Edition, Part 2. Let's get right into it. There's a bandit, just like me. Get it? Because I was Bandit in Smokey and the Bandit. Whatever. Let's see how much he really likes watermelon. I can tell too easily that this one is AI generated. The real Joe Kiss would have eaten that thing whole. Let's go to the next. Ah, how appropriate. Things have been looking grim for the West Canine Coyotes this year. Let's see if we can have him accomplish his dream of being on the show. Whoa. What was going on at the end there? Seems like the other two Robs were getting a little too handsy with Axe Rob. Let's go to the next. The Rogue's getting into some light cross-dressing. Interesting. Let's have Dave show off that dress for us. Okay, let's just move on, I guess. Of course, an episode of this show without James D. wouldn't feel right. Let's have him make friends with that gnome. How cute. Gnome seems like he really looks out for the little guy. What do we have next? A classic Josh photo. Let's see how he would react after getting trade blocked by half the league. That one actually might not be far off from reality. That dude loves to trade. I even got an offer from him for 3 2027 picks, and I've been dead for 7 years. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Bad AI, MFL Edition. I guess we'll see you next time. God help us all. Burt Reynolds out.
And we are back. Jean, I heard you might have some picks for us before we go.
Yes, that is precisely correct. So it's going to be clean. We got 2 teams going 4-0. We got 2 teams going 0-4. We got the Anthony Davis football team upsetting the Rolling Stoners, going to 2-2. And we have got the HSU comebacks continuing to roll and getting to 3-1.
Wow, Jean. Wow, you're spreading it out this week. You're spreading the wealth out. Great picks. The hot get hotter. The cold get colder. I have but one whale play for you. It is a 5-unit play. Hey, we got M-Law. We got the Bandits facing off this week. The number is 188, and I am putting almost everything I own on that under. I mean, MLaw, let's talk about them. I have no confidence in them until they've picked up their first win. They have RB8. Travis Etienne, he's yet to see the field in Murphy's Law. I mean, you got to wonder what's going on there. Can't take the over when things like that are going on. And then you have the cursed Bandits already lost Burrow, and then they lose CeeDee Lamb. What are these Bandits going to do the rest of the season? I mean, it's hard to take a winner here, but I'm just going to take the under and bet the house on it, John.
I love that. I might sprinkle a little bit live on the Bandits as the day goes on, because if Murphy's Law has a lead or the Bandits have a lead going into Monday night, I'm going to get better odds that way. So I might live bet the Bandits at the 4 o'clock on Sunday.
I love that, John. And that is all we have for this episode of Against the Spread. We thank you again for joining us. Jean, do you have any parting words?
And just to circle back and rewatch the segment where you guys are on watch right now for 3 strikes, you have won. We do like doing this show, but this year, we're going to be a little bit more strict in years. So get that participation up. Join Twitter if you haven't already. We've said it 1,000 times. We like engagement. And for those of us that just watch and do nothing, this show will probably go away. So good luck in week 4. God bless. And any parting words, Aaron?
Go Rogues. The future of ADS depends on it.
Rogues guy.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.